It's almost 2026 and yet somehow the Steam Deck OLED is still the handheld I keep reaching for. Not the ROG Ally, not the Lenovo Legion Go, and not even new shiny devices with faster chips. Nope. The Steam Deck OLED is still holding its ground, and honestly, it might be the best handheld you can still buy right now. Let me explain. We've got to start with the software, because SteamOS is still god tier. It's an operating system that strikes with this perfect balance between incredibly flexible, but never overwhelming. You can boot it up and just play your games, or you can dig deep, install mods and change themes, tweak performance settings, and even add frame generation to games that never had it. The deck feels like the device you truly own, and not one that you are borrowing from a walled garden, and in 2025, that freedom feels rare. Then there's the form factor. Say what you will about this chunky look, but this is shockingly comfortable, and the way it sits in your hands feels natural because it's actually thinner than it looks. I don't even mind slapping a case on mine compared to some newer devices that are bulkier and heavier, and honestly less refined in design. The deck just nails it. If you're liking this video so far, please subscribe. And my model, the OLED, that screen is simply gorgeous. The colors, the contrast, and HDR support, the battery, 90Hz refresh rate, everything just pops. Sure, it doesn't have VRR or 120Hz, but as long as you lock your frame rate to something that the deck can actually maintain, it's smooth sailing. Tearing almost never had an issue with it. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the hardware. The Steam ecosystem absolutely dominates when it comes to games. Steam sales make it laughably cheap to build a library, and even outside of Steam, you've got free weekly games from Epic, bonuses from your Amazon Prime subscription, and thriving modding scenes. The deck might not brute force through the latest high-end releases, but anything from the PlayStation 4 generation on back, it's still a powerhouse. And then there's the price. At $550, nothing else compares at this level. The Lenovo Legion Go S is the closest, but for $50 more, you're giving up OLED for IPS, dealing with a bulkier design, and sacrificing those iconic trackpads, which, let's be real, are almost essential for typing on a handheld. Yes, the Go S can crank up wattage for more power, but at the cost of battery life. The deck strikes the better balance hands down. And if we zoom out and look at handhelds in general, now the Switch 2 has launched, sure, you've got a more sleeker design, more powerful handheld at a cheaper price. But here's the catch. Online play needs a subscription, you can't just hop on Discord to chat with your friends, and first-party games are noticeably more expensive. So while it looks tempting on paper, the Steam Deck OLED still offers a more open, flexible, and cost-friendly experience. So what about the future? Aren't we due for a Steam Deck 2 soon? Honestly, no. Valve themselves have hinted it's not close, and even with AMD's latest Z-series chips, the performance jump isn't as dramatic as people hoped. Which means that the Deck OLED is still standing tall, nearly 4 years in. And it's still the cheapest, most versatile entry point into handheld PC gaming. So yeah, the Steam Deck OLED is still absolutely worth it in 2025 and maybe even rolling into 2026. But what about you? Do you think the deck can still hold the crown, or will one of these newer handhelds finally steal the spotlight? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments, because I've got a feeling this debate is only getting started. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.